Hey guys, welcome to the Music Roundtable with your hosts, Lyle, Vicky, Kim, and Clint, where we discuss our opinions and experiences across many varieties of music. The music we love and maybe we don't. So sit back, grab a coffee or something harder, and get into the groove with the Music Roundtable.
Yeah, I don't
that's why it goes live. That's why just all the raw emotion gets to come out.
Yeah,
now.
like I said, I don't know how to articulate any of this because it was a lot.
Yeah.
So what we just watched as a collective group was Nothing But a Good Time. What was the other?
The uncensored story of 80s hair metal.
Yeah.
So it's on Paramount Plus. It's a 3-episode series.
Yeah, the Sunset Strip is episode 1, the second wave is episode 2, and the final chapter is episode 3, and we stupidly watched all 3 at once.
We didn't do those.
Well, I'm just thinking, it was a lot.
It's Lyle's fault. He was like, I'm interested. I need to watch more.
Yeah.
I can't stop this.
I couldn't stop. I was too interested.
It's just, but it was a lot. It was a lot in the brain all at once. Like, you're trying to like reconcile that first episode and then go into the second episode and you're still reeling from the first episode, especially when you went from the second to the third.
Yes.
And it's just like, what?
Okay, well let's do the backtrack. Let's start with Sunset Strip. Let's just talk about how it began. Pretty much.
Well, I guess it was Motley Crue. That's what they said was the start of the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think more like the show started is you entered in the early 80s and New Wave,
yeah,
had kind of taken over. So a lot of the older heavy metal bands had kind of died down. You know, disco kind of took them out in the 70s, and New Wave had come through the 80s, and it's
Basically
at this point
it.
on the Sunset Strip. While these New Wave bands are going. Some of the bands that we'll say paid tribute to the older bands, found their place on Sunset Strip.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was Motley Crue that, I guess you could say, started the comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they ultimately, you have your big acts, so we'll take the Zeppelins and Deep Purple and like all those were doing the stadium tours and stuff. Obviously they've diminished a bit, but those are the kind of shows that they were doing. And then you got someone like Motley Crue who came in and we're doing those type of a show in a small venue. And that, so they would go into a venue, which only, I don't think they said how much they housed, but they didn't house that many. They were just local bars.
Probably a couple hundred people in the bars, I would imagine.
They would come into those bars and, they didn't have much or whatever. Anything they did, they just kind of did with whatever they had. So lighting Nikki Sixx on fire or whatever.
I
knew that story long before that. I watched that show. But they would come out and they would put it all out there on this stage show in front of, a minimal crowd. But it was enough
to get them noticed.
It got them noticed. Not only did it get them noticed, everyone came out, and all of a sudden, like literally the Sunset Strip for miles or whatever, just like it was just a sea of people going all to these clubs trying to catch these type shows in these little venues.
Well, because didn't they also say that, or I don't remember who said it, but they weren't very good. But then they were very good. Like they're like, what's going on out there?
Yeah,
because they weren't very good backstage.
Yeah,
it wasn't
it wasn't so much about the music ship at that point. It was the stage shows.
Yeah.
It was the stage shows that brought the audiences in. Like these guys are doing crazy stuff on stage because we can go into what Wasp was doing.
Yeah,
but they were doing crazy things on stage, and people wanted to see it live. So all of a sudden, like the Sunset Strip was literally jam packed for people. Like for up and down the street, there was just crowds of people everywhere trying to get into these clubs to see these shows, and it was just ultimately a big block party.
It was,
and which lasted years.
Yeah.
Well, the decade anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, you like I said, we take like I said. Motley Crue is who a lot of them credit the start of this new craze. And then you take bands like Wasp and they just
Well,
everybody takes it a little bit further.
Yeah, like Quiet Riot.
No,
Yeah.
Because Quiet Riot was in the late 70s. 79
Yeah.
is when they were formed, right?
Yeah.
And then they went into the whole Ozzy with Randy
Yeah,
Rhoads
with Randy
because
Rhoads,
Randy
yeah.
Rhoads originally played in Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're linking them up through
Yeah,
different.
and Rudy Sarzo as well.
Yeah.
And they both left to play with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole story with Randy Rhoads. And
Yeah, they brought that up.
That was you could even see it. You know, that's what 40 years later, and you can see it on Rudy's face how tragic
Yeah,
his
he was so
his
upset.
death
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Like that's why he couldn't continue with Ozzy.
No.
It was just too many memories.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of his friend, really, because it was Randy Rhoads that brought him to Ozzy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then to lose that friend, and it was devastating to
So
him.
he went back to Quiet Riot, and then of course
Yeah.
he went on to play with Whitesnake, and the rest
Yeah.
is history.
And well, I love that. Like he mentioned the fact, like obviously, reeling over the death is just straight after. Didn't know what to do, and he went into that church, and in that church, even Ozzy was in that church,
Yeah.
just
Wailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
over the loss of his friend, and like that one still gets me because he's like, I gotta go tell. I was told his mom I was gonna take care of him, and now I gotta take him home in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
That was tough.
And I know, obviously Ozzy passed recently, but I know for years, like he still kept in touch with his mother, and
Yeah.
still I think sent her things and stuff like this. Like it's just wow.
Yeah.
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 But I think that, like, obviously we're gonna try and stay at the beginning, but that's I think one of the things with this whole show that we watch is just how many we've lost along the way.
Yes.
Well, they did explain that.
Yeah, at
in
the
the
end.
Third one. That's why it was so
Yeah,
dark.
Yeah,
in the
no,
third
that
one.
third one.
Yeah. It
was
That
dark.
third one killed me.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't
like
know.
I said, I'm trying to go on to the higher notes, but obviously I'm still reeling over
From that third episode, I was just
Last
like,
episode, yeah.
so
Well,
dark.
you've already mentioned Wasp,
Yeah.
and it seemed like Wasp was trying to up
One up.
Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were.
Oh, for sure.
So with
because I thought they were.
like throwing the meat on, and then the actual blood coming out of
That's
It
gross.
just grossed me out.
What was it? They were throwing meat at the
audience.
Yeah.
and real blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was they had like blades on their outfits? I
Yeah, that
was
was
like,
all
what
black.
is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. On the arms
Lawless
and the crotch
doing all this,
piece.
right?
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And lighting his crotch on fire, and then
Yeah.
it backfiring, or no?
Yeah.
What did he do?
It had a gun.
A gun,
It had
right.
a gun.
Backfired.
It had a gun that shot.
Pyrotechnics or
Yeah,
something.
and it shot fireworks or whatever.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
backfired on his
one of-
balls.
That's what you get.
That's right.
That was it. That was actually
Don't
right.
let
Also,
your crotch on
because
fire, right?
just
What
how
do you think
blunt.
can happen?
I can't remember who they were talking about. How blunt he just said it. Yeah, and it shot him in the balls.
Yes, he sure did.
Wow. Yeah.
But I know it goes through all the bands, but I just couldn't believe like the whole one band helped another band, and then which led you into Rat, which
Yeah.
led into
It definitely showed you and that was interesting. It showed you the different levels of how they all kind of came in, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't know the connections."
Yeah, like that's one of the things is like, sometimes you grow up and you feel there's this rivalry from all these bands, but the reality is actually a lot of camaraderie between all the bands. They all helped each other out.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, like, this drummer's out of commission, you got to come play with my band.
Yeah.
yeah, or we're looking for another guitar player.
It was never
Yeah.
never a thought. But then that's also why
Needed
if you
another
look
singer.
at some of these bands, like obviously
Yeah.
you mentioned Quiet Riot. So you had these guys in Quiet Riot. They went and played with Ozzy, and obviously what happened with Randy Rhoads happened. Rudy came back to Quiet Riot, and when they were talking about Guns N' Roses, I think that kind of came out really in the second. But when they were talking about Guns N' Roses, how they had this guitar player
yeah, from
and-
LA Guns, yeah.
yeah, Tracy
Tracy
Guns.
Guns.
They had Tracy Guns, and then Tracy, left. So then they had to get Slash, who Tracy used to play with Slash.
And who then, like, previous to that, tried out for Poison. It was
Yeah.
like,
All these connections.
yeah.
We're
And
like, "Oh, that's
you
why."
got
Okay.
Rat, who then Warren DeMartini, that,
Yeah,
like, he was 17 or 18. You got to come up here. We got a gig.
yeah.
Oh,
Next,
so yeah,
you
he's
got to
17.
come up here. We got a gig on Thursday.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one that was in college.
Yeah,
That's right.
because Robin
Yeah.
Crosby was
He was
like,
like,
I've heard of a
yeah,
guitar
yeah,
He
player.
was like, had to tell his mom he was moving to LA.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, yeah, I was 17 years old, going to start college in the fall, and it's like, yeah, Mom, I'm moving to LA.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
Like,
Yeah, hard and
but
fast.
they knew.
Yeah.
but it was just the drugs and
the excess,
and
the access. Like,
you always knew that was the case, but to the extent I had.
Well, I mean,
no idea.
No, and you see like the other movies. We've seen the other movies, and they show like even just like of Motley Crue or of the other bands, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, it was bad. But this one seemed to make it. I don't know if the stories were worse. Like it was just like it was bad.
It was bad.
I think they almost like
this one peeled back a few more
it was
layers.
honest, It was almost like the honesty. Like this is what we dealt with.
This was the real.
Yeah.
Like
the real honest to God truth.
It is almost unfortunate. It's like they come in, and obviously, like I said, with the Sunset Strip, it became out a big block party is what it became. And to encapsulate that lifestyle, it was like we had to live the big party. Unfortunately, a lot of them end up having to live the big party, and unfortunately, like I said, a lot paid the price along the way.
A lot of them didn't make it out.
No.
Yeah.
No. And the fighting that went on, and I just
like the poison
fight, like that was just like so out of like left field. All of a sudden, they're scrapping in the middle of like just after they get off stage. It's like, okay, what was that event?
That was the MTV.
Oh, it was MTV Awards or something?
Yeah, because they were playing live. They were supposed to play Unskinny Bop.
Yeah.
And he came out and he started playing Nothing But a Good Time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So. No, Talk Dirty to Me.
Talk Dirty to Me.
Yeah, he completely wrong song. Like so, like the other three members of the band are ready to play this, but because he starts the guitar intro, they're like, I guess we're playing this.
Yeah.
And then the fight.
And then as soon as they're off stage, the fight breaks out.
Yeah. But that's the drugs, the alcohol, the excess that has caused these issues and makes the bands all fall apart and break up. Like they definitely showed a lot of the issues with the different bands.
I think that's what, because you had the California, like you had the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
And then you had all these bands coming in.
Yeah.
So you had Poison. Who was the other band that came in?
Oh my gosh, they talked about so many bands.
I can't remember.
The other
but
reason.
then you have the East Coast bands.
Yeah.
And they were going through just as much turmoil, like with Skid Row and Sebastian Bach. And
oh my goodness, that was bad.
like
yeah,
he was drinking just as much, and that flight that
was
bad.
Was it him in the pool as well, right?
Him in the pool?
Or was that somebody else?
No, that was another guy.
That
was in the document.
That was the guy that came up after. He was like at the bottom. He was, what did he say? A copy of a copy of a copy. Like he looked like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't. What was the name of that band?
Tough.
I never heard of Tough. Because they only had 5 minutes of fame. They lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like there was the unfortunate thing in the music business is like obviously these bands came out and like obviously the ones that we know and remember they obviously hit at the right time. So Motley Crue came out, no one had seen anything like this. This is wild, and obviously they did it. Now everyone's like, hey, that's awesome. Record companies are going, how do we cash in on that? Okay, so I think at one point they said there was like 10,000 to 15,000 new bands, crashing the Sunset Strip and stuff like this, trying to do it. Record labels are, trying to sign them as fast as you can.
To hit, yeah.
To get some kind of mark on it. And unfortunately, then it becomes oversaturated.
Yeah.
And then when it becomes oversaturated, we're jumping ahead way on this, but when it becomes oversaturated, all of a sudden something like Nirvana comes out, like, oh, this is a little different. Oh, screw all these hair bands and.
Oh, they just all dropped.
Yeah, something has to give, right?
Yeah.
How fast they all dropped, and then what they were just in the middle of a video, and like, no, we're not doing it. We're pulling the plug. It's like, oh, it's bad.
I think that's what it was in the second one when they were saying that everybody sounded the same.
Yeah.
It was the same look. It was the same sound.
They said the carbon copy thing.
The carbon copy, and that's when you get to the carbon copy,
it's done.
And that's what the late 80s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like there's a couple of bands that obviously survived, like Leopard survived. They didn't even talk about Bon Jovi.
No.
Well, they kind of
mentioned it. Just briefly mentioned John.
His connection to Skid Row.
Skid Row. Yeah. But like those bands were able to adapt. But if you're a copy of like when you're saying Tough was the third generation then you can't survive.
When you're already copying a copy of whatever.
Yeah, like
right?
your Death Leppard, and that wouldn't have been, like, obviously they were on this, they did talk on this. Their career was a little bit different because, like, this mostly focused on the 80s Sunset Strip glam hair metal band. bands or whatever. So they were obviously from England, obviously similar look, similar sound. But theirs was a little bit different. But obviously when the carpet came out, you know, it was pulled out from under all the 80s bands, they got hit with it too.
Yeah.
Because which one went down? Was it Whitesnake? Was that one of the ones they
Winger
said?
went down.
Well, Winger went down.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, which I didn't know that story. That was interesting.
They went down hard.
Yeah, they went down really bad. White Lion.
White Lion, that was the other one.
Yeah.
And that was quite shocking, just how
Abrupt.
like literally overnight they said.
Yeah.
Well,
They
was
go from
the-
Kicks,
what was
I
it,
think.
$22,000 fans,
Yeah.
down to like 1,500.
Yeah, and then
What the
Trickster,
heck?
same thing. They
Was
played-
Trickster the one that he was like, I had to go get a job with my brother painting
That was
signs?
Kicks.
That was
Oh,
Kicks.
that's Kicks. Like overnight, like you were just doing, and then they're not. Was it Whitesnake then that the guy was called, or he went back home? He quit. He went back home and never heard from anybody on the record label.
That was White Lion.
Oh, White Lion.
Because he went back to California
Yeah.
and he never heard anything from
No.
the record label. Because when
That's
they played the
awful.
last show was like a couple blocks from the
5
record.
blocks, he said. Yeah, from Atlantic
and
Records.
Normally
Oh,
in a
that's right.
show they would have all the record execs behind and
None.
There's
nothing.
nobody
And then when he
there.
got back, it was nothing. And that's
That's it. It just ended.
'Cause
Their
he-
careers just ended.
ended the band in New York, and he
Yeah.
flew back home, and there was nothing.
Yeah, because he took that as a sign. Okay, no record execs are here. I'm done. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how tragic. It was so tragic and so sad to see all of those stories just abruptly end. You're just done.
Like I knew the Winger one
I didn't know that one. We should talk about that one because I
because
didn't
it
even
was
know about that.
so Beavis and Butthead for MTV. They
Yeah.
were always
Cartoon.
well talking about bands that they didn't like is what they described it as. And
Yeah.
they came in. One of the characters came in with a Winger shirt.
Okay.
So
And then they were bashing them, right?
Yeah, and they were bashing him.
Well, his character he portrayed was kind of a nerdy, geeky
Yeah,
guy,
exactly.
and nobody really liked him, and they actually walk away from him and
Yeah.
stuff.
And
And
he's
just
just wearing a
solely
shirt.
the fact that he's they're all wearing rock shirts, but he happens to be wearing a Winger shirt.
Is that where the joke in Wedding Singer comes from? Take the shirt off before the band breaks up?
Well, that's about Van Halen. And
Okay.
I was going to say, yeah.
that's about Van Halen, and it's obviously when that movie was done.
Yeah.
Obviously, the band had already broken up at that time.
Yes.
So he used that as a reference.
I just think it's funny because it kind of coincides.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of goes
Yeah.
with the whole he's wearing the shirt. So
Yeah,
that's
but that because they had just finished recording Pull that was released, they were
Yeah.
getting a lot of play with that album.
Yeah.
And then they basically
I like that album.
yeah, that was it. And
was
I
it.
heard Red Beach like he had to sell all his guitars because he just had a house in Florida, and
Okay, why didn't he just sell the house again?
I think he was building it. I think,
Oh, okay.
and then as well as A Day in the Life with Metallica, the recording.
Yeah.
There was a poster of Kip Winger on the wall, and they were throwing darts at it.
Well, it was on the dartboard. It was actually
was
on the
a dartboard,
dartboard.
yeah.
They had a picture of it because obviously at that time, obviously Metallica's thrash metal, and you
Yeah.
had Winger, which was more a hairband kind of metal, and so obviously people who like Metallica
can't like Winger.
at that time,
At
that time,
yeah, right.
at that time,
Down.
no, you had to be hard. You can't like this glam stuff because that's too femmy.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Bullying within the music industry.
So of course,
Yeah.
it was just at the time it was just they were just having fun.
Yeah, they were just having fun.
just having fun on the video because it's like one of those things like you're coming up and all this like who's my biggest rival right now, and you're usually looking at charts. So if this Winger people up here, we're not going to like Winger, and it was just a lighthearted joke, but unfortunately to
It
the
just-
millions of fans out there, it has an effect.
Well,
And I
ended
believe
it.
they did
It's
apologize
sad.
to Winger
Yeah.
Yeah.
about it, but
Damage was
Yeah.
done at that point.
yeah,
That's
and that's
awful.
the industry. Like,
Oh, totally. Like, there's always ebb and flows in that industry, but just the harsh, all of it's just all of it ended.
All of a
for
sudden,
like
just
that's
done,
just
yeah.
brutal, and it's not usually across the board like that. And it was across the board, so I think that's what shocked me.
But
one artist.
Was it Trickster? They were climbing the charts, and unfortunately they were a third generation for the time it comes. So they're climbing the charts. So they're doing good. They're making flights, and then it was
Nirvana?
Nirvana came out,
Yeah,
and they got Trickster got up to number 3,
Yeah.
and then this Nirvana came out of nowhere and just buried them.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Trickster and
But
Tough that
everybody-
really.
yeah.
Got
and
it.
Tough that lost it.
Yeah, yeah, because I know Trickster was saying they played one show one year and it
Yeah.
was close to
22,000.
It was
And then
22,000.
they come back, and
a
next
year later,
was-
it was
1,500.
Isn't that the one they were playing with Kiss too?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So Kiss was there, and that was all the people. Like that. Yeah. Shocking.
But I don't think there's been in the history of music one band that would kill a complete genre.
No.
But it was just so different.
So different. Yeah. It's just shocking.
Yeah.
Like I
To
knew
see
that
it.
the whole grunge scene
Yeah.
took it all out. Was it overnight?
Practically.
It seemed
but-
like it, but it just that album was released, and like they said, they had that top record, like you said,
Yeah.
and then they're at the bottom, and
Yeah.
it just all of a sudden, and that was it.
Yeah, I think where it kind of came is like obviously you had the 80 hair glam and it was going and it had a good 10 years or whatever, but at a certain point because it got so oversaturated and that like this is where you're having third generations, fourth generations all kind of turning out the same music. People were just sick of it at that point.
It just has to end.
So
at some
when
point.
grunge came and it was this kind of grittier, darker tone with actual substance to it, really, because
People glommed onto it.
I love my '80s music. Don't get me wrong, but it's bubblegum.
it's all the same. Like it's
Yeah, it's light and airy or whatever. There's no substance to it. So when grunge came, and I'm a fan of grunge as well,
Yeah.
it was just this kind of dark, meaty, like
we love
Raw.
Seattle music too, right?
yeah,
Like, it's
it
so
was
good.
just raw.
Yeah.
It was just like this is back down to instruments, just
Yeah.
heartfelt lyrics.
Yeah.
and you're just like, hey, this is pretty good.
Well, they said it was songs with feelings.
Yes,
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that is a really good way to describe it. It was
Yeah.
songs with feelings.
Yeah.
Whereas the other stuff wasn't. And they wanted women at their shows, and they all had men at their shows, and then they had to do power ballads to get the women at their shows.
Well, that was the thing, like,
You
'cause
know?
that's what they were saying in the second one with all the power ballads that
Yeah.
everybody was writing,
Yeah.
because they wanted to. You needed a power ballad to get released,
Yeah.
so now you could climb the charts,
Yeah.
and they would buy the album. And now they could listen to
the
rest of
rock.
album, to the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get the women at the shows,
Yeah.
and you got the guys at the shows. So now, yeah, and
It's a good way to do it.
Yep.
it is. But
worked.
some of the biggest songs were ballads.
Power ballads.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
Poison, Every Rose Has a Story.
Motley
Every
Crue.
Molly Crew, Home Sweet Home.
See,
Like
that's where I lived.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Warrant, Heaven,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All good. So good.
Skid Row, 18 Alive. Well, it
Yeah.
wasn't really. I
No,
remember you would
I remember
be born.
you, yeah.
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 So it's like, yeah.
They definitely got the women from that. That's for sure. The women that would buy them
Well,
food.
Well, it was pretty bad when the
Well,
guys were like
And give
better
them a
looking.
place to live.
Yeah.
And-
Well, see,
yeah.
that was the thing is that was kind of the big thing with the 80s glam metal and stuff like this is these were very good looking men.
I was gonna say they were
very
better
good.
looking
yes,
than
definitely.
the women.
pretty. So
Like-
Very pretty men.
What was the one we were like, yeah, he is pretty.
He was pretty.
Who was it? Was it?
Wasn't it Brett when he
it
was young?
Yeah, you answered that way too fast on the show.
He's pretty.
He's
it
pretty,
was Mike-
and Vicky's just like, oh yeah.
I think it was also Mike Tramp too. I think from White Lion.
Yeah.
That was it. It was
Yeah.
what
That was it. That's what it was.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
Brett. It was the guy from White Lion.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
'Cause
didn't,
we were
I
both
didn't say
like,
I didn't say
yeah.
who
Oh,
it
yeah.
was, but it was just he's very pretty, and Vicky's just like, oh yeah. Like, do you need a minute, Vicky?
No, we can look at it later. It's fine.
That's right.
We have a whole private chat about that. Mostly John Bon Jovi, but
It's mostly, but others pop in
others
from time to
popping
time.
in, yeah.
Upcoming,
Special mentions.
a new episode on the podcast, the women only.
Oh.
These guys are hot.
We
should totally do that.
So you and I can actually sit back, relax, and I'll just hit record.
I don't think you need to be here for
I was
that.
going to say, yeah, you can just hit
Wow.
record and leave the room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't want to be in the room.
Perfect.
You guys can go for coffee. We'll just have a couple. We'll have a couple girl guests over,
There
and
you
we'll
go.
just talk
We'll
about
just chit chat about
our.
Perfect.
the beautiful men of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm loving
Okay.
this.
A special
good.
edition.
Yes.
Here you go. Get Donna in here, and
Yeah.
then you have to get someone else in here, and then
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I'm sure you probably get Heidi or somebody.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
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 We'll get one of the
I don't think
girls.
I'll have any trouble rounding up anybody
No.
to come.
no.
Exactly.
And I'll just hit
Girls'
record,
party.
and
As me and Lyle go to leave the house going, why is there 15 women here?
Because we're talking about the
It's a
gorgeous
hen
men
party.
of rock.
I'm not going to have enough wine in the house. And I don't drink.
We don't have any wine in the house.
Actually, we do.
Very old
That's
wine.
probably for people's weddings.
Yes, one
Right.
of them is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be
That'd
totally
be a great
fun.
idea. Yeah.
We're gonna mark
Anyway,
that.
All
back
right.
to the topic.
Okay. Is that going to end up on our?
It is now. It is now. Because why not? Like that's definitely something off the norm for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Call up all your
Something
ladies
that I
friends.
wouldn't
It's
know
the
and I would actually have to
beautiful
listen
men of
to.
rock.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I guess we'd have to be. Do we have to be not scandalous about it? No. We can
No.
just say whatever the
You
hell
can
we
do
want.
whatever the hell
This
you
is
want.
your podcast.
That's right.
Did you see
And the
his
only
ass in
opinions
those
that
chaps?
matter are our own.
That's right. Heck yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to split this up into a couple of episodes. Sorry.
I think we can do it.
No,
all
we can do it in one.
Yeah, in one.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll be that day. We go over to Scott's and help Scott with his endeavor.
Show them how to do this.
And we'll pretty much say, we got kicked out of our own podcast.
The girls kicked us out.
That's right. Talking
Set
about
it all
the
up.
men
We'll
of
show you guys
rock.
how to use this, and
Yeah.
away we go.
Sounds good.
Okay, we got to get out.
Yeah.
Now we got to talk about the cute boys.
Okay, we love you. Bye.
Actually, on all those notes, I'm surprised I haven't got heat for it because obviously they talked about Vixen and my favorite girl that was on the screen. And
Which
you're-
one?
The drummer.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
She's the one that was talking or whatever. She's
The really old lady?
She's old now. Yes, like, obviously. We're all old now, unfortunately. But
She's real old.
Again, speak for yourself.
That's right. I was like, I'm younger than you.
you're all younger than me.
Not by a lot, but you know. Those
Younger
what
is younger.
Those 2.5 months, whatever, they count.
Yeah. 100%.
Is it even 2 months?
It's
I don't
not.
know.
No, it's.
I don't know
it's-
how long it is. I'm not mathing right now. It's late.
So he's talking about Roxy Petrucci.
Who is that?
That's the drummer.
The drummer.
Vixen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who,
I didn't even know
who's-
Vixen was on your radar.
Who's married to John Petrucci, the guitar
Okay.
player for Dream Theater. So there you go.
I see.
Yeah, I
I
didn't know how to
figured Lita
pronounce her
Ford
name,
was
so-
your.
Well, she was on there too.
Yeah.
It was only a short clip or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Okay, so
Yeah, you're not allowed to
this
have
is
that
actually the funny
podcast.
story. Is obviously we're talking about this show. Our original thought is we were going to watch the Runaways movie.
Right.
Unfortunately,
We couldn't
none of us have
find
a copy of it.
We'll find
We'll
it.
find one.
We'll
because
find
Clint and I have watched it. It's good. We want to do it, but we just got to find a copy. It's fine.
But yeah,
This was a good,
Substitute?
substitute.
palate cleanser. This was a roller coaster.
It was a roller
It
coaster of
was.
emotions. I will 100% agree.
I think it just because we knew about it, but we didn't realize how bad,
yeah, how
like
bad it
how
was.
excessive.
And why
everything
couldn't
was.
they control these people? Like it was shocking to me that I don't know what that manager's name was, but he's the one that had to go up to the house for Guns N' Roses. Was that the ones that had the toilet outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're shitting in the sink.
Yeah.
Like, how did you allow that all to go on, even without a manager? Like, obviously, you just wanted them to perform, Dance Monkey Dance, and you didn't care what any of these boys, because they were boys, they weren't men, were doing in all of these bands. The drinking, the sex, the drugs, all of those things. Like, shame on you.
Like the reality is actually in that case at that time they were all junkies.
Yeah.
And that's why they were the way they were. Like what they got for their signing bonus, they blew in 3 days.
$75,000.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, I think
In
they
2
said
weeks.
it
Oh, was
was.
it 2 weeks?
They
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
have money for rent. They didn't have money for food.
Yeah.
Like,
It was gone in 2 weeks.
who can spend $75,000 in 2 weeks? Obviously, drunkies. But
I would say, they said it went to clothes and
clothes,
Equipment and
equipment and stuff like that, and
drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, produce those receipts.
Well, with all
You know?
this,
Right?
I am surprised with all the drug use and everything, they were actually able to record something.
Something that
Yeah.
was good and
That was
coherent.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest shock from
Yeah.
these. Like were they just sober enough at that point, or was it, or they weren't
Or
just high?
They were
Like,
high all the time.
They must have caught them at that one time. Like they must have done something to clean them up enough to do the recording.
Yeah.
But the key thing is they needed that song first to record.
Yes.
And I thought it was funny is like Sweet Child of Mine is the one that kind of catapulted and stuff. And it was his pretty much his guitar. What do you call it? His guitar doodle. It was pretty much what he warmed up to.
Yeah.
They just dropped some of the chords.
Yeah.
But that,
But that ended up being the iconic Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah.
Which lives in my head, that beginning.
And it's crazy, you think about it now with that album, like they already had Welcome to the Jungle. They already had Paradise City. They were like, no, that needs one more song.
Yeah.
Like those are, you think about it now.
Those are two like huge hits already.
But they needed that one extra one. Like that whole album is a hit, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it really is.
And I remember when the album came out. Yeah.
And if you think, look at Welcome to the Jungle, that song, it explains their lives at that point. If you think about it, right?
Right? Yeah.
It's such a self-penned, directional. It really could tell you how to go do things.
Well, it truly was because we're talking kids from the Midwest, and they traveled to LA.
Yeah.
And obviously, completely different scene from what they were used to. So it was literally walking into a jungle.
Yeah.
And it was like sink or swim kind of idea, and. Lucky enough, they got themselves cleaned up enough to
swim.
I'm surprised none of them have so many diseases. Like the stuff that.
We don't know they don't have diseases.
Well, Duffer Kagan, he was already an alcoholic at that point.
Yeah.
The drummer, he was already Steven Adler. He was already doing the drugs, and it just.
Well, see, that sounded unfortunate because at the time it sounded like he was a little more clean laced at the time.
Exactly. Until
and got pulled back into it.
Yeah, he got pulled into it. First 2 times he didn't care for it. It actually made him sick. It was that 3rd time, and unfortunately, when you're dealing with drugs, it just takes that one specific time, and then you're hooked.
You're hooked, yeah.
And he stayed with it, obviously.
And unfortunately,
yeah,
he came in and he did it. Obviously, everyone's doing the debauchery. He joins in on the debauchery. Unfortunately, it took over his life. And, it's sad to say that they had to kick him out. And, what was it? He had 2 choices. Is he could have continued on the drugs or gotten a job, like a 9-to-5 job. And, he continued on the drugs.
Is that why he was talking so weird?
Oh,
yes.
I'm sure,
His brain is,
because I'm like, is he mush?
It was from the drugs.
Because I was like, he's not talking clear at all, or is he still on drugs? I don't
it was
know
from
enough
all the-
about him.
Yeah.
And his struggles in life.
If he still was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he sounds very bitter.
Yes.
About a lot of it.
Well, like they said, he was so passionate, when playing the drums.
He
and,
was,
it was his
the
band,
video he
that was
showed.
it. And then all of a sudden, gone. And when you're saying, Slash was just as bad, Izzy was just as bad.
But he was expendable, apparently.
But he,
was worse.
But he couldn't. But what they said, though, he couldn't
remember the songs or whatever.
He couldn't play the same.
You couldn't play the same
part
thing
twice.
more than once.
Yeah. Which, as a drummer, like you
have
said,
to.
you have to.
The backbeat of the band.
Yeah.
But that's Ozzy being kicked out of
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. How messed up do you have to be
To get kicked out of
Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is. And then, of course, in the last episode, they were talking about you had Crosby from Rat that passed away. You had from Warrant,
Jenny Lane.
Jenny Lane.
Yeah.
And
He was only 47.
yeah.
Wow.
I remember that, and it was so sad.
Eventually, with Crosby, it was the drug use.
Yeah, because you said he
It was
got
the
HIV.
dirty needles.
Because of AIDS, because of the dirty needles.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jenny Lane, what happened.
I think
Why?
was it a drug overdose? I think it was either alcohol or drugs.
If it wasn't drugs, it was a heart condition.
Caused
But
by it,
it's obviously the excesses on the system.
But I am surprised.
That so
that-
many others are still around.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Given the excess.
And they are. And what they said, it's obviously making a resurgence, coming back since the early
Acute
2000s.
alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
And some of them can still sing, and unfortunately,
There's
some
others that cannot.
can't. You've got David Lee Roth that's struggling.
Yeah. Vince Neil is a no-go.
Yeah.
That
Percy-
last clip they showed of Vince Neil, though, and that was a fairly recent cut. He actually looked
But
good.
can he sing? No.
Obviously, there was a time. What is it? I think YouTube has the misheard lyrics or whatever, and he can't.
Yeah,
He doesn't even know the lyrics.
Well,
to
even
his
when
own
we
songs.
saw him, right? It
wasn't good.
It was brutal, right?
Noise therapy was awesome.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. That was
Yeah.
the highlight, right? But lead singer for Rat, he's struggling too.
Yeah.
That was sad because he was such a pretty boy.
He was really pretty.
Yeah, to see him on here, he was so haggard.
And I'm wondering, that's the drugs, the alcohol, the
lifestyle.
They lived
Hard.
That was, hard.
Yeah.
It was the true definition of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, they were
That's
living in the
what the
moment.
80s was about.
They weren't thinking about the future. They were living in the moment, which, in a sense, for those guys that got cut so quickly, was probably a good thing.
Otherwise, there would have been no moments to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But him in particular, I think it was a couple of them. I don't understand why they're all still dyeing their hair. It looks really... I
Embrace the age. Embrace it.
Well, because it looks so fake. You can, they don't have dark hair anymore. They don't... Come on. Bret Michaels does not have hair. We know this.
Yes, and
you can tell that's a wig.
Yeah.
Let's just embrace it.
But we've known that and watched that for years.
I know,
He's just a bandana. That's all he is.
And he's coloring his little beard and everything. And
that just doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right with your fake tan, that fake hair. Just wipe it all up. Embrace. Look at. I mean,
you wouldn't recognize him.
I know. But Hugh Dillon looks awesome. He's got his head shaved. People you gotta change, and it may be a bit of a shock. But people may find that you look better.
Well, look at Joe Elliott. He doesn't color his hair anymore. It's gray. It's white.
John Bon Jovi doesn't color his hair anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's the ones that have the dark hair. Maybe if you were still going kind of a blonde, it's not as bad.
It's not as bad,
but
right?
the dark black hair, and there's the people who have older skin, paler skin, you're just that doesn't look good. It's time, sweetheart. You're 70.
They had Phil Collins on it, and obviously he's rocking the white hair.
Yeah.
But obviously, even when he was in Leopard early years or whatever, he had there was the light
blonde.
It was light blonde, but he always had it short.
Yeah.
He always had kind of
he's
that
got very
buzz.
thin-
Yeah, there's a couple of
thin
years
hair.
where he had it long, and the rest of that's been always been
His
short.
hair's thin. Yeah, so
Yes.
you got to keep it short, and
Yeah.
it looks good.
It does.
Do the right thing. Just
They're aging nice, but
well, I know, but even Alice Cooper does the same thing. I'm just dude, seriously, you might need to start.
well, it's like
embracing
Kiss.
that.
Kiss always.
Yeah,
I
Gene
think one of
Simmons'
them
hair
was
is
a wig.
awful.
Yeah.
His hair is awful. Of all the band members,
His
This
is
is
the
bad.
worst.
his is the worst.
I know Paul Stanley's wearing a wig. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the other members of the band are able to get away with it because they're younger.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It's okay. You'll be fine.
I can deal with the dyed
As I
hair.
just had my hair
It's-
dyed 2 days ago.
You're not 70.
I am not 70.
You're still trying to embrace that part of your life changing. They've had a long time now. It's just kind of one of those things that what age do you just kind of go, yeah, we should probably stop that. I don't know what that age is. I mean, I haven't even started coloring my hair yet. So we're going to have to figure
I think
that
it was
out.
when we were talking on the Madonna episode or whatever, but it's the plastic surgery is the one that gets me on some of these.
Yeah.
No, don't. No.
Just don't.
Just don't.
Just age.
Yeah.
Just age.
Because I think Bret Michaels has had a little work done too, by the look of his eyes and everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
You look like a Ken doll. So
But,
maybe we
but
need to
it's
stop.
the vanity is
It
what
is the
sells.
vanity,
It's
yeah.
the vanity that sells, and that's an image they have to maintain. No one told you that you could just try a new look.
You could. Well, who was that lady that was on there that I was like, she looks like Marsha gone wild? Who was that?
She worked for. She was, I think, worked at Whiskey A Go Go. Was it?
There was two ladies. There was the one that wasn't going to
Yeah, I
tell
think
any
she was one of
secrets.
them.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't know.
The other one was hilarious.
Yeah.
And yes, I may have had some tales with some of these guys.
Not going to tell you. Though. I was like, she's got stories.
Oh,
Well, there is.
We want to
There's
hear the stories.
a lot of them. I don't.
Yeah.
You only want to
has
tell
her
us.
membership card to the Cats Club.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, yeah, the Cats Club where Poison. No, it was Guns N' Roses that played their first show.
That was their album
and they-
release.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because who did she say came up to her and said something? And she was just like, so something may have happened. Who was it? Yeah, she had good stories. I wish she could have gone a little more in depth with her stories. 'Cause
Yeah.
they were definitely backstage, dirty stories.
No, the story at the Cats Club was Axl Rose chasing after
Oh, it was good.
Yeah,
David
that's right.
Bowie
David Bowie.
because David Bowie hit on his girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, these guys are a little unstable.
A lot unstable.
I am surprised they even remember some of the.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That they can even tell these stories.
Yeah. And it was a blink.
Do they want to tell the stories?
That's actually, I highly recommend if you can stomach it, is read Nikki Sixx's Heroin Diaries.
Yeah.
Because he did keep diaries from that time. And it's
dark.
Well, it is
times.
like when you're watching, you've seen The Dirt.
Yeah, The Dirt. Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure that's just the tip of the iceberg, what you're watching there. And it's like, whoa, a couple of the
The
scenes.
Heroin
it's
Diaries is harsh.
Like, oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there is a Christmas that's a big part of it. Is there was a Christmas in Van Nuys, where he was from, where he was literally sitting in a closet with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
It's-
like
yeah.
he at this point he's a famous rock star, everything like this. Why doesn't he have people around? And he's like, why should I ruin their Christmas?
And
Yeah.
it wasn't like he'd had no furniture in his house, nothing, and he was just in the closet,
just sitting in the closet. And
with a gun and his needles or whatever. Yeah. So like,
there's also, because he has the side project 6 a.m. the band,
Yeah.
that there is a soundtrack to the thing. So
Oh, okay.
some of the stuff in that the diary or whatever, it comes through in the music, and it's powerful. Like
yeah, gotta read that. Oof. Yeah. It definitely opens your eyes to it, and I mean, not unlike this documentary, but I would say it's darker than the documentary.
Which,
Well,
the
this-
book?
the book.
The diaries or whatever?
Yeah, the diary, yeah.
I'm sure it is, yeah.
They talk about it. I don't think it was meant to be dark. It was more of
No.
a.
But what happened was dark, is more
Yes,
what I mean.
yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
it definitely, written from Nikki's perspective of
Exactly.
what went on, it shows how dark it could get.
Well, even like the first album, right? The Shout at the Devil. And
Yeah.
when he was saying like it's a shout at the devil.
Not shout
No.
with the devil, and
yeah.
then started the whole
Yeah.
parental
yeah,
advisory
they're
stuff.
not,
like
they weren't
like
devil
it's all
worshippers,
that, right? Like that was one of the bands from the hair metal that had to deal with all that parental
Yeah.
advisory stuff, where some of the bands didn't. They
we're
were
not
just
satanic worshippers. We're
No.
just singing songs.
like they would go from Motley Crue and Wasp
yeah,
that were parental advisory, and then you have the good old rock and roll from Poison and all that at that time. Like there was two different stages of almost the hair metal that they
Yeah.
were talking about.
Yeah, it came in, and then all of a sudden, okay, well, we need something to kind of compete with this, but can we get a little more wholesome?
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are pretty because
these guys are pretty.
well, no, because that's
Yeah,
where it
that's
was.
what it was, yeah.
Is you took like the first incarnation, which was your Motley Crue and Wasp and stuff, and no offense, I like their music, but they're ugly guys. Tommy's pretty beautiful, but
Tommy was pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was pretty when he was young. Like right at the beginning there, I was like, yeah, he could have been a model. Honestly, he could have. But
they
Not
were,
now.
kind of like they glammed up or whatever, but they had that kind of image. Well,
Yeah.
then you take the second generation, which would have been like Poison, like, okay, so we're going to get the same kind of thing, but these guys, like, we put makeup on them, like half the guys thought they were women.
oh yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
They have good skin and stuff like this, and then
Yeah.
that's where glam kind of went with all the pretty boys, and then that's like where you take the Metallica thing, the Thrashers and stuff like this. Well, no, that's not cool to look like a woman. Like it all just kind of
Yeah.
changes around there.
What was the story about Vince Neil? Car accident? He killed
Yeah.
that came up in there too.
Hanoi Rocks.
Rocks. Yeah.
He got no time.
Russell. He did.
Not really.
He
I
got
remember-
a few.
A year and a half it ended
Yeah.
up being.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
how
For,
did he get
killing
off?
one and crippling two more. Two
Yeah.
more.
How you get out of that?
He got a because I know they were saying in the movie.
When he got transferred between prisons or whatever.
yeah, there was time served and reduced.
Well, it's also the
BS.
American prison system is so saturated. They actually need to get people out of prisons because they don't have room for
And
the
I know-
prisoners.
For the real
Says-
criminals.
I know he went into
Yeah.
rehab
Yeah.
too, and
Ultimately serving a 30-day jail sentence and receiving 5 years probation. He only served 30,
30 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know he had to go
Well,
into
it's
rehab.
no wonder
part
that
of
he was able to get back with the band so quickly.
Right?
Yeah, because he stopped drinking at that point too. Like he totally sobered up after that.
So.
Obviously,
Well, 'cause
behind
there-
the scenes,
'cause there was that
somebody
other-
worked to get him out of there.
Yeah, well, there's that
That's-
other guy that shot the
Shot the
ma-
maid.
Shot the maid, and he was supposed to go away for 4 years. Then they cut it in half.
half,
then
and
they
then
cut it
another
in half
half.
again.
And then-
Yeah.
2 years. 2 years? Who was that, though? What band?
Jack Russell with Great White.
Great White. Yeah. And he looks like
I believe.
he's kind of hurting.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
And was it because Doc McGee and him had what did Doc McGee say about him? It was like, I don't remember what he said. But Doc McGee had a lot of funny things to say. I really actually enjoyed all the conversations with Doc McGee because he was honest.
It was rather entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a difficult one because, like, you can bitch about the excess that these guys went through and stuff, and at the end of the day, they're the product. They're the money makers.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of his job to keep them complacent. So it's not that he ever stopped them from doing the drugs, which a proper manager probably should have done. It was more, well, let's make them happy. As long as I can get them to the gig and make money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what condition or what they do.
Yeah. They can break everything.
It was Jack Russell that killed or shot
shot the maid.
So what happened?
She was saved by. I love that story. In this, that she was saved by her Saint Christopher medal.
That's right. Medallion, so he was sentenced to 8 years in prison, but was released after 11 months.
11 months, and was right back into the music industry. It's just
because he said he came back just at the right time. They signed the deal. And,
yeah. It's crazy. And that was at a drug dealer's house that he shot the maid. So it's like, I don't even understand their justice system. Like, it makes no sense. Because even says here about the Vince Neil one, the incident remains a sensitive topic with discussions about the justice system, Neil's behavior, and the lasting impact of the tragedy. No shit. If I was those people in the other car that survived but were crippled, I'd be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Like how emotional the lead singer got.
Yeah. He could barely talk.
Yeah.
And still,
Razzle?
Razzle's the drummer that got. But that was 40 years ago.
But it's still.
It's the whole same thing with Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
They still get emotional about it. Yeah. And even with Warren DeMartini, talk about Robin Crosby. Same thing from Rat. Like, he couldn't even talk about that.
No.
Yeah, well, because you got to remember.
You don't realize how hard it hits these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like a lot of these bands, like there's some of the bands that came were obviously kind of created bands, but a lot of these were, like I'll Take Your Trickster. He was 12 years old writing songs and coming up.
I wasn't sure how to feel about this guy.
Writing Mistress at 12 years old?
Didn't even know what it meant.
No, you didn't.
But you take a lot of these bands, they were, high school friends, elementary school friends, or whatever, coming up together. So, like, there's relationships there. These are people and then when one of them dies, like, that's your best friend. And, you're going out on tour and he's not coming home.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to war together, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to lose sight of that when you think of, like, these rock and roll bands doing all the sex and drugs and crap, right? You kind of lose sight of the fact that these are still human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget that.
100%.
They're real. They're not just a band.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I was going to say, do we talk about the Skid Row?
Oh my gosh. That was like, okay, I heard he was an asshole. But wow. Because I was always like, why don't they take him back? And obviously I've looked into why they haven't taken him back, but I'd never heard those stories.
Yes, I wasn't expecting that.
That story, and even the other one, I was just like, oh, it's bad. Go ahead, Clint.
So, well, Sebastian Bach is a little bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
Understatement, apparently.
A prima donna? A little bit of a...
It sucks because he's Canadian. Like,
and he has an amazing voice. And all the good things, but whoa.
But an ego.
Egomaniac. Maybe that's a better word. Because what did he do? What was the two stories? One was on the plane.
Yeah.
So the one on the plane is obviously he was drinking on the plane and he tried to get more, and the stewardess says, no, you've had enough.
Yeah.
He's being routed. Yeah. Everyone else is sleeping on the plane at this time, right? It's a night flight. And he's just singing gibberish.
Yeah.
And that all night long and drinking and stuff. And the stewardess cut him off. Well, the stewardess had gone off a different way, and he just decided to get out of his seat, went back
and got
himself some more alcohol.
Found a ball and started drinking. Well, then stewardess came back, saw you can't do that. Tried to stop him, it wouldn't work. So she had to get the captain of the plane,
the pilot,
the pilot, to sorry sir, you got to sit down,
You gotta stop drinking.
you got to stop drinking, and he pretty much like
Picked him-
picked him
threw him
up
against the wall.
so he was sitting down to start, and obviously the captain's there. Well, Sebastian Bach stood up, and he's 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
So towering person, and he like picked the captain up and threw him against the one wall.
Yeah.
And obviously all the people on the plane are seeing this going on. So it was extreme.
Extreme
Yeah,
was on the
Extreme was on the
plane.
Extreme was on the
They
plane.
were, and 260-odd-year-olds that were...
Yeah, in the back on vacation,
Yeah, on
yeah.
vacation.
Yeah.
That was it.
And so obviously Sebastian's going after the captain while they all like everyone else jumps in.
Onto Sebastian.
So
yeah.
pretty much tackling Sebastian so that the captain can go back and fly the plane like he should be, and they're trying to restrain him. And then they all look over, and every member of Skid Row is still sitting in their
So
seats.
did they
Reading
call?
magazines
They
is like-
called somebody out. Like, hey, aren't you going to help? No, this is every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
What the hell?
like
every day.
ultimately they were just so tired dealing with it. So
Yeah.
have at her, guys. You deal with it. We're done.
You got the old people from the back of the plane jumping on him. Like, wow. Maybe he needs a trank gun. I don't know. And what was the other? There was another story too, wasn't there?
Well, there's a couple stories because I just remember Motley Crue biting people, but
What?
Yeah,
What was with all the
yeah,
biting?
the biting.
I do not understand this
but the
biting.
Sebastian
They
Bach, the
bite
other
him
one,
because
the-
he loved him.
Oh, they loved him. Not so. You bite me, I'm gonna punch you in the head.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry.
so the other Sebastian Bach one or Skid Row one was, I can't remember where he was, but he
What
got
was that? Don't do that.
Sorry, I'm old. I'm sorry to
late.
everybody if I just
It's
caused you to
late.
yawn. I think they were at some kind of award ceremony or something. They were somewhere.
Oh, that's right. And then he threw the bottle at the girl in the crowd.
Oh, in the crowd.
And then
Yeah,
he
that's
jumped
right.
down, and then he almost
jumped on her.
Yeah.
And was because somebody threw a bottle at him.
Yeah,
and
someone threw a bottle at him. He threw it back, but he ended up hitting the 17-year-old girl.
17-year-old
17-year-old, and then
Yeah.
jumped down, and then hit her again.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Hit
he
her
went.
in the head or
He's
something.
still actually going after the guy that
threw the bottle.
threw the
Yeah.
bottle, but unfortunately, that 17-year-old girl
Was in
is
the way,
there.
was in the
Yeah.
way,
So
Yeah.
once again, 6'4" frame. When he jumped into the audience,
He got
you
her.
know, he hit her
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the process.
So then he got, what was it, mischief? Public mischief,
Mischief and
drunkenness or something. and
assault
or
something, yeah.
He could have gone to jail for a long time.
But
Yeah,
Because that was in some little town, wasn't it?
yeah.
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
like,
and they arrested him
whoops,
after the
somebody
show
has
and-
some anger issues.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, provoked,
Yes.
right? But you
But
shouldn't
still-
have handled it that way.
Yeah.
Your security should have handled it by getting the guy that threw the
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah, like the thing is, he's not the only rock star to ever have stuff
Things
thrown on
thrown at him.
stage.
Yeah.
I think James Hetfield had the coolest song. I think it was on like a bootleg audio that I had on it. He's like, "It's cool to throw shit, just don't hit our beer." So it unfortunately comes with
The territory?
the territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like people don't throw things at
Don't
the
throw
artists.
things.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
Not
dance monkey
appropriate.
dance. Like, you know, don't throw things at the artist. But it happens. It does happen. Most artists are able to
Chill themselves out?
chill out. I know there's been a few that have literally just, okay, you're going to throw stuff. I'm done.
We're done.
And they've walked off.
Yeah.
I've seen that
that's
before.
better.
Yeah.
It's better. Obviously, it causes riots, but these people are unstable in the first place, throwing at the artist. Like,
Yeah.
these people are here to entertain you. They
Yeah.
don't do it if they're knocked out.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
exactly.
You paid for them to be here. Why are you throwing crap at them?
Yeah.
I never understood that.
No.
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 Underwear's one thing. But
Yeah, right? That's soft. It's not going to hurt anybody.
Yeah, it's
Unless there's a wire, but you know.
it's a distraction or whatever. But yeah, if you're actually like literally trying to belt them on stage,
Yeah,
like,
that's
no,
different.
Stop it.
Yeah. No, that was bad.
Well, I know there's the extreme one with More Than Words, and
Yeah.
he was saying, do I want to have a hit with an acoustic song, or do I want to work at A&W?
Exactly. Because
He said
wasn't
Burger
it,
King,
what did
but
they
yeah,
ask?
Burger
There
King,
was a
whatever.
question that someone asked them about, is it an embarrassment?
Yeah.
Do you regret?
Yeah.
Do you regret More Than Words?
And
And
said,
he's
yeah.
like,
As an acoustic song.
you know,
Right,
I sang
yeah.
More Than Words. You know, pretty much had the career that I had, or not do More Than Words, and I'm working at Burger King.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
So,
what would you choose?
like?
More than
I would
words.
take More Than Words.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
You're unfortunately going to have to do some of the things you don't like. Like take Quiet Riot, for instance. The song that broke them was a Slade song.
Yeah.
didn't
singer
want to do
Kevin
it.
did not want to do the song.
Yep.
Record executive made him do the song. It was probably their biggest hit and what propelled them to start.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's what most people know him for, is that song, right?
Yeah.
But it's great.
Yeah.
But like that song, not their song or whatever, but that song propelled them to a point where they could do their songs and they are known worldwide for their music because of someone else's song. So even though you didn't want to do it,
It helped you.
it helped your
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I enjoyed it, and
it
I
was
was
good.
very.
I enjoyed it. It was just, it
very
was a roller coaster. Like,
informative.
like obviously you got to
Yeah.
the end part. They did talk of, who we lost and just the tragedy of, the whole industry, kind of the carpet being pulled out from underneath them.
Imploding.
But at least the ended on the thing is the resurgence. The thing is those of us at our age now are looking for those nostalgic times. So
Yeah.
a lot of these artists are going on tour now. We're filling the stadiums.
Which is nice because we didn't get to see them because we were too little.
That's
Yes.
right.
Exactly.
yes.
We
so
missed that boat.
Yeah.
now we can
And now
jump
we can
on
do
the
that.
jump on the nostalgic tours
Yeah.
and see our artists. It's a little weird seeing them because like I've got gray hair, they've got gray hair. This just doesn't seem right.
You still see them as you do in the videos and all that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's just more blood pressure and
Yeah.
stuff. Drugs.
There's
rather than-
that's what they said. There's
Tylenol or
still
whatever.
drugs around.
They're just different ones.
They're just different now.
They're just different drugs. Yeah. Prescription.
Yeah, prescription.
These ones
Yeah.
are not killing you; they're keeping you alive.
Yeah,
Right.
to perform.
We couldn't be here without
Yes.
blood pressure
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or, Advil.
Yeah.
Right.
This tour brought to you by Advil.
The ibuprofen tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the way some of these bands are, yeah, they need it.
Oh,
That's funny because you could just do that. The ibuprofen tour. We'd be lining up for it.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
You get 2 pills with each ticket.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you get all those people trying to get up out of the seat. Pain.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Just can see your seating becomes how good or bad is your vision.
Hand out glasses on the way. Come in.
Haven't gotten my glasses yet. Got to sit on the 3rd row. Oh my gosh. Well, with
anyway.
that, I guess we'll catch you on the B-side.
Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable. Please like and comment where you listen to the podcast, and make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you would like us to talk about. Until next time.